Hello, in this video we'll take a look at this very useful library, sometimes in C# and .NET 10. It's available from lower .NET versions all the way to .NET Standard and other arrangements. So certainly it is available in the .NET world. It's called Jint, Gint. Basically what it does, it will run JavaScript inside C#, but it will run it in a sort of isolated container, right? So there's no data leaks, so there's nothing like that. It's safe to run whatever the code is provided. And that's, of course, very useful when you do not provide the code that you want to run, the JavaScript code that you want to run in C#. And realistically, probably that wouldn't be the case. Now, this can be used if you have some custom business rules, perhaps some custom calculations. Perhaps you want to generate some calculation and run it somewhere dynamically. You might want to do that. So lots of applications for this. And of course, perhaps basic things. You have some low code arrangement, site builder, all kinds of things like that might be able to use it. Of course, there's other arrangements, but this is relatively lightweight as well and relatively easy to get into. So we have this library installed, the NuGet package, and that's all we really need. And then if we look at the actual code, all you really need to do is set up the engine, right? So you construct the engine, and then from there, you have access to everything you want. Now, as far as having, say, bigger stuff and files, maybe it would come from database, maybe it will come from some user prompt, it could come from different ways. There's no real way to read from file directly. However, you can read a file, right? You can read a JavaScript file and pass it through. But there are a few bits and pieces here. We have the engine. If you want to run something, if you want to just return, perhaps, you'll need to evaluate. So we have some kind of an expression. We use evaluate for the expression. There's a bit of a difference in how you actually execute. So you see right here with this engine, we have execute because we are executing a function. If you have a function defined, you execute, right? If you have just a simple calculation or something like that, perhaps a bit of logic, you can evaluate and you return the result like that as number. And of course as string, or you can also, let's just see quickly here, you can return as array or an object and parse it somehow. Probably not exactly a use case for this, although it can be as well. Again, if you're just testing users' code, perhaps you're building a tool for some interviews and things of that nature. So of course, you might be doing with all kinds of things and testing the output, seeing if the output is correct based on the code provided. But you use execute, and the interesting thing here, if we just need to evaluate an expression, so if user provides something, we need to do a calculation, we use evaluate and we return the result right away. But if we need a function, we first need to pass a function to execute command, and then we need to invoke. So it's not going to execute as such. It's only going to actually execute the function when invoking, right? Which makes sense because we essentially build this function somewhere, let's say in one file somewhere, right? Imaginary file. And then we invoke it, just passing through those little arguments. I almost said parameters, but really they would be arguments here, although here they are parameters. And we just print out in this example. Now you can also set values. So as you can see here, you can essentially, setting value perhaps is not correct way to put it here. You establish a variable, not just set a value to it. Now you can set it again if it's already been established, but in this sort of an arrangement, you set the value. And let's see a bit here. We do have a few more here arrangements, but basically the main thing, you can also get the value and you can set the value, and you can specify the type as well. Let's get back here. We don't have get value, but if you use, say, get value like this, you will be also able to get the value. So you can set it, you can set as result, play around with it. But again, realistically, the most useful function will probably be execute and maybe evaluate if you just have some custom calculations that user can enter and things like that. But probably execute and then invoke. Or perhaps you want to play around with some default stuff. Probably not the most exciting thing to do here. But this is how you use it. And again, it's safe to use. It is in its own container as such, right? So it can't exactly leak to your device or anything like that. That's the main point, that it's actually safe to run that JavaScript code depending on your needs. And with that said, we will conclude this video.